Good morning, guys. I'm back, and I thought I would share with you some of my skincare stuff that I use, and then do a get ready with me and update you on my house renovations and some other things. You can see behind me we have extension cords, we have a sink, dirty dishes, we have tools. I mean, there's sawdust everywhere. It's fine. You have to go through some bumps to get out pretty on the other side, right? Okay, so let me show you. I use a lot of different products. These are the ones I'm using right now. This is the face wash I use. It's called Clean It Zero. It is by Vanilla Company. It's a whipped gel cream. It transforms into a rich and moisturizing foam, cleanses and refreshes skin for all skin types. It does take off makeup as well. It is Korean and it is excellent. Now, I don't remember how much this was. I don't even know if I bought this. It may have been one of those things you get free in your like Ipsy bag type things. I do think it's a little pricey, but if you can see my little fingernail, you only need half that size of a blob on your hand to wash your face. I mean, so it's going to last me until my grandchild graduates high school. He's currently 3.5. So it's worth the money, you know? That's what I use for face wash at the moment. Really, it's I don't put a lot of concern into what I'm washing my face with. Um, I don't think it needs to be expensive. Like, obviously, it needs to get rid of your makeup if you're wearing makeup. If you're not, honestly, I don't think it matters because you're going to put the moisture and stuff into your face with whatever you do next. That's sort of the way I look at it. So, what I do next, though, is I use this toner by Haru Haru. It's Haruharu. It's all one word. It's on Amazon. It's like $12. It's what is it? A black rice hyaluronic toner, I think is what it's called. And it is excellent. I've used a lot of different toners and a lot of different price points. And I heard a lot of good reviews about this. I'm sorry I don't have any right now. I'm waiting for it to get delivered. I used it up. And so I thought I'd try it, and it's excellent. It had cleared up. I used to have I have pores on my nose. I mean, everyone does, but like you could see them, and they just seemed clogged, you know, not to be too gross, but they did. And I tried all the different ones, the BHAs, the AHAs, all the A's, right? And they're fine, but they didn't do anything about it. So I tried this, which isn't either of those things. And I'm assuming that's what cleared it all up because nothing else has changed. Like, I'm not using any different products. My diet's not different. Everything is the same. So I know it has to be that. Now, I got this last bottle. There's about this tall. Okay. I just on my hand, and I don't use any little cotton pads or nothing like that. I got it for Christmas, not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before, and it lasted me a whole year, and I use it every day, at least once, sometimes twice. So I really highly recommend it. When it shows up, I'll show you it, so you know what it is. But that's what I use for my toner. And then serums, there's so many good ones, honestly, so many good ones. This is one I like. It's by Oil of Olay, believe it or not. Whether it does anything for me, I have no idea. I don't even know if they still sell this. It's a stick. There's different ones. You roll it up. It's just like a giant chapstick, to be honest. And then just kind of, I like it because it's in stick form. That's really the only reason I get it. And I think it's like $8. And so that's what I'm using currently. And then for lotions, I have really dry skin, just in general, but especially this time of year, we're in the minus degrees right now and tons of snow, so my skin is suffering. But what I use is a couple different things for non-heavy, use it every day. I think I've talked about this before, is this Neutrogena Hydro Boost water cream. This is 1.7 fluid ounces. It is not super thick. You can see I'm almost out of it. It's very thin, but somehow it's magically extremely moisturizing. Does not leave your face greasy. It soaks right in. I mean, if your skin is on the drier side. Now, if you have oily skin, I still think this would be fine. I don't think it would clog your pores. Um, Honestly, I really don't. So, I buy this. What is this? How much is this? I feel like this is like $18 to $20 for this size. I'm not actually sure. I can't remember. But this is a good one for regular days, definitely in the summer because it's lighter. It is very good at moisturizing though. Like you touch your skin later in the day and you can tell that it still feels, moisturized. But it's not greasy or anything like that. This is great for summer. I still use it in the winter just because it's easy to grab. Um, I also have this, which is basically the same idea. It's Omega Water Cream. I get this off of Amazon. Sorry, the shape of the bottle. It's like it's by the Inky List, which is a great company for it. The products are really good. I don't think this was terribly expensive either. It was definitely cheaper than this for sure. So if you're looking for something a little cheaper, and it is also 1.7 ounces, and it is equally as good as the Neutrogena. It's also very light. Yeah, you can't go wrong with this. Then, though, if you're wanting something a little heavier, now I would not probably go out and buy this again. This is Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream, Anti-Wrinkle Hydrating Day Cream. There's a night one and an eye cream and all of that as well. This is 1 ounce. This is really great. It is thicker, probably more like what you would think of as a face cream. It is not greasy. It absorbs very fast. It has a nice, pleasant smell. So does this. This one has no smell. I don't know if it's actually fragrance free, but it does not have a smell. This is very good. It's a little heavier, still doesn't leave your skin greasy, but it's also stupidly expensive. So I wouldn't buy this again just because I don't feel like I need to do that. You can get really good products for not that much money. But I have it and I'm going to use it obviously since, I have it. Those are my lotions. And then, oh, I forgot to show you one. Okay, this is a serum, a spray serum. Guys, I don't know how you say that. Dialba? It's an aromatic spray serum. Sorry, guys. It smells very nice, very light. You got to give it a shake because it separates. But it's just a very, very fine mist. I mean, super fine. And then I spray it, like literally about this much before I stop because it's that fine. And then I just sort of pat it and rub it in. Don't forget your neck, guys. You ladies know, as you get older, that neck, it's going to show everything. No matter what you do to your face, if you're not taking care of your neck, everyone's going to know how old you are. So this is a good one too. This is also very pricey, and I would also not buy this again, but I must have got it for free. It is highly recommended by some of the skincare people that I follow. So it is a good product, and they have other ones too. They have some that are like in a jar that's more like a cream, but it's real good too. This is 4.05 fluid ounces. I've had this for quite some time because it's such a fine mist that, it lasts a long time. That's my skincare. Always do sunscreen. Don't be like me and not. Okay. So I put my sunscreen on if I'm going outside. When I was working my last job, I was outside a lot of the day in the heat and the sun, and I absolutely wore sunscreen because, first of all, you can see I'm very pale. I'm basically see-through, mayonnaise skin. Okay, this is just my red, me. I have red skin. It's not sunburn. It's always been this way, even when I was younger. I just, see-through. What can you do? So wear your sunscreen. I don't always wear it if I'm not going to go outside, I'll be honest, or if I'm just running to the store. I know that's wrong. You should be wearing it all the time. I get it. So don't do what I do. Do what I say. All right, now I'm going to get ready with me. So I'm going to pause for a minute. All right. So as per usual, I have my Wander Beauty Old Cream to Powder, Powder to Cream foundation that I like. So I'm just gonna put that on. You've seen me use this all the time. But anyway, guys, my home improvement situation is looking up. We've went through some a bit scary times over this last weekend, which I think I filled you in mostly with. You know, if you've ever done any kind of projects yourself, unless you're like really skilled in that field, things go wrong. You know, you have to make 1,000 trips to the hardware store and it never goes as planned. You know, you have the wrong size, whatever. So we had a lot of that going on. We're working on our bathroom currently. I think most of you know. And we finally got the new shower walls up. We have a new rain shower head, new faucets, that whole thing. My husband still needs to trim trim everything, but around the window, we have a big window in our shower, and the previous people, the house flippers, they did not use the right products when they house flipped our bathroom, and it wasn't very long after we bought it that the window started to just kind of, the trimming and the framing around it started to fall apart. I don't know if it wasn't waterproofed, they used the wrong caulking, I don't know what happened. But very shortly after that, some of the tiles were coming loose. I mean, it was a mess. So we had to put up a tarp to cover that wall until we could get around to fixing it. So my husband still has to frame it, top, sides, bottom of the, you know, shower walls, and do the window. But other than that, everything is done. I mean, it's fully functional. We still have the tarp up over the window until he's able to get that trim on there. But you know, he has to also work. Imagine. So yeah, so that's what's going on today, and that's what's been going on for several days. And I'm so proud of him because he had you know, he had some very stressing moments. My brother-in-law was over, and thankfully he has already redid his entire house, so he is a little bit more skilled, to say the least, at this kind of thing. So we took advantage of that. Guys, this is something new I bought. I'm trying. It's by She Glam. It's just a contour. It is soft tan. And you can see though, I wouldn't really call that tan. Actually, it looks like wet cement. That's what I would have called it. But you know, that's probably less appealing. So I decided to get that and give it a go. I should say this. It's really nice. It wasn't expensive. I think it was like $5 on Amazon. It just sort of gives you a little bit of a shadow. I know it seems really dark, but then, you know, you can see as you kind of blend it out, it just sort of goes away, which is nice. You know, it leaves enough, obviously, on there to give you a little bit of a, you know, sculpted look, if that's what you want to call it. So I got that. I'm not 100% sure that I will continue to always use this. You know, I don't know how much I love it. I don't dislike it. I just don't know if it's a big deal. Like, you know, like if I don't use it, I still look fine. You know what I mean? I know all the beauty queens on the sites, right? They've got all their lines and products that they use, and God bless them. Like, they are talented ladies and men. Absolutely. I've seen some great guys do it. One of the ones I love to follow, if you guys follow Robert and his twin brother James Welsh. James is the skincare pro and Robert is a makeup artist, and they are fantastic. They're British. They have their own shows. They're not like together. Sometimes they do things together though, but they're hilarious too. So I highly recommend literally anything they say I take for gospel. For real, that's how great they are. And I mean educated in these fields, not just, out there throwing some videos together like me. So, yeah. So I don't know if I'll use this again, or keep using it. I'll use it probably until it's gone, and then I'll move on to something else. So yeah, our bathroom is almost done. The roof is done. And after that, the other things that we have to do are less necessary. There's no like big hurry and get this done, they're more cosmetic. And like I told you before, like we need to do some carpet stuff. Probably the next thing we'll do, I would guess, is maybe get our kitchen appliances. That's probably what I think. We're gonna do a refrigerator and a oven stove situation. And then my in-laws, they have a dishwasher that for some reason someone gave them. I'm not sure, and they just never put it in. They just always do their dishes by hand. And so they're gonna give us the dishwasher. So we'll need to put that in, obviously. And by we, I think I mean not me. So that's gonna happen. I'm assuming. Hopefully that will be a no stress kind of thing. We've had a lot of you start to do something and you find like 10 other problems that you didn't know were there. That kind of situation going on. It's fine though. Makes us appreciate it more, right? If we have to work a little bit for it. I mean, I don't know if my husband would agree to that. I mean, he'd probably like everything to be smooth and not so complicated. Like, I don't know how many times this weekend and this week I've heard, why does literally everything have to be hard? And I'm guilty of saying that myself. So, why is everything a challenge? Why can't anything ever work like it's supposed to? You've all said those things too. So hopefully we are out of the problem stage for a little bit and we can have some easy breezy things happening for a little while. Hopefully. Yeah. So that's where our updates are, at least for the time being. What have you guys been doing with yourselves? Now I wonder, you 4 followers, how many of you got this big giant storm that went through kind of as a crossway through the entire United States? It's beautiful and I love all this snow, and I'm not going to complain about it one bit. It's so cold that none of this is going to be melting anytime soon. And that's okay with me. I mean, I can say that, right? Because really, the only time I go out right now is to go to the store. But we've also got several vehicles that are, pretty decent for this kind of weather. It is funny, though. I don't know how many people I have seen over the course of the last 4 or 5 days just get completely stuck out on our street. Our street is a dead-end street, and so it is not a high priority for the city to get around to plowing. In fact, usually what they do, and they just did the other day, yesterday I think, is they will come and they will plow when you drive into the street. You can either split off and go right down one street or continue on ours until it dead end. Usually they plow as you come in, and then they plow around that street, and the rest of our dead end part they don't touch. Now, we used to have a neighbor who lived at the end down there of the dead end, and he works for the city, and he has had a snowplow blade on the end of his truck, so he would just plow it for us, all of us. Those were the days. He no longer lives here, so we're just kind of everyone for themselves. Guys, I got too much blush. It's fine. Who doesn't want to be rosy and cute? I really love this blush. This is by Rare Beauty. That's Selena Gomez's company, and it's real nice. It's the color that I like, that kind of dark pink magenta situation. But yep. So I'm curious how many of you are dealing with this kind of weather like we are. I know that there are people further south. Like I said, I'm in Ohio. Even in some of the southern states in Kentucky and stuff, who got really quite a bit of winter weather and snow and cold and stuff, which they are definitely not used to getting. Um, I mean, we're not used to getting this much either. I think we got 16 or more inches of snow. That is so outrageous for where I live. Not to say that we don't get snow, and we definitely get cold, but this much snow is very unusual. So, uh, everyone's been in a tizzy, of course. School's been canceled the whole week so far. Um, the city schools, I know my son went back to college today. They were closed Monday and Tuesday, but they were open today, but the city schools were not. And that, I think, is not so much the snow as the cold. Like when you factor in the wind chill right now, it's below zero. So, you got all the little cuties who have to walk, unfortunately, to school. Although, builds character. Am I right? I had to walk to school. Um, I did. I lived straight down the street from the junior high. Um, that's what it was called. I know now it's middle school, right? So I lived about 3 blocks from our sixth grade building, and right next to it was our junior high, which would have been seventh and eighth grade. I had to walk that every day to and from school. And then once I started high school, of course, that was further away, and I did walk that as well. Until I got to the age where I had a car. But I mean, of course, my mom and dad and my grandma Ruby, who lived with us, they all gave me rides whenever they could, if the weather was bad, because we did get weather in Wyoming, friends, like all the time. There was none of this. Oh, I wonder what the winter will be like. No, we got winter every year. Now, from what I understand from my friends who still live out there, this winter though has been kind of bizarre for them. Like they're not getting the snow and cold temperatures nearly as much as usual. I'm not the whole state, but like a good portion of it. Here we are over here in the minus with all our snow, and they're like 45 degrees and no snow. That is like unheard of. But so a little bit of walking never hurt anybody. That's what I think. Builds character, makes you appreciate it once you get an actual car, that you don't have to walk in it all the time. Sorry guys, I'm back. I went ahead and put on my eye mascara. Hello. And my lips. I couldn't do that and try to talk to you at the same time. And I had to take my hair down because it was wrong, and I was going to fix it. But then this happened. I don't know if you could see, but that's my cat. And he is now on my lap, preventing me from, I have to flip my hair upside down to put it up cute. So it's just down for now. But yeah, so that's our day. I'm ready for the day now. It is 3:00 here. This is usually about right. Like when I get up, I don't know how you are, but I have most of my energy first thing in the morning. And that's when I do all the things. That's when I do all of my chores, laundry, housework, whatever. If I have to go out and run errands, all of that. Then I usually end up getting ready after that, and then I start thinking about what to make for dinner. Tonight, I'm going to make a chicken and rice casserole, and I'm going to film it. It's not anything new and exciting. Probably all of you guys have made it before, but I haven't, so I thought that I would make it. I have all the stuff. It's super easy, provided the oven works. Always a question. But I'm going to do that, and yeah, tomorrow I'm going to get my nails done. Thank God. It has been 5 weeks, which is way too long. So that is something I definitely need to do. I have one that's broke and all the others are grown out. So I definitely need to do those. I have acrylic nails. Get that done. I also go to the dentist tomorrow just for a checkup, but I know there's a few things wrong in there. I have some sensitivity. It's whatever. Guys, here's my tip for the day. Don't get old. Okay? I am 57. Yes. 57 currently. But I like to say I'm 39 forever. So if you are going to go ahead and go against my wishes and get older, I suggest that you pick an age that you like. Either, you know, it was a great time in your life, you think it's awesome, whatever, and just say that that's your age from then on. That's what I do with 39. So that's what I'm doing. Me and my cats will chill, I'm sure. I'll make some coffee and have a good rest of my day. Probably watch some true crime. Maybe try to get my oldest son to go to the store for me so I don't have to go out in it. I hope you have a wonderful week, even though it's halfway over now. And I love you all of you, you 4 fans of mine. Hey, no, seriously, on a serious note, I really need some follows, guys. Like, I know you watch and I appreciate that so much, but I could use a few followers. I put this on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So if you follow any of those, and I'm on all of them. It's usually Mama June. I think Facebook is Catherine Sanderlin Murphy. But I really could use some follows and comments and shares. But I guess from what I understand, it's not so much about how many followers you have, it's how much engagement, you know, that you get, like comments and continuing discussion in the comments. And that's why you see so many of these things that you watch where people are fighting and, you know, bitching about this and that and the other. It's, even though it's annoying, it helps those people with their channels. Do they love that? No, because, you know, most of those people, the trolls, they're just gonna bitch and complain about anything because I guess it makes them feel important. I don't know, maybe they have no life, you know. I can't imagine getting on someone's post where they're showing anything at all and just ripping them a new one. Like, why do you put peas in your food? Oh my gosh, so much salt, and continual other things, right? It's their recipe. It's their way they do their hair. It's their way they go shopping. It is their way where they shop and how they spend their money. You do you and let them do them. That's what I think. Anyway, guys, love you all. Bye.